to bring in the same, the format is the same, the 3 existing members, but one has to be that going through 2 membership cycles. With that you can add more, but you can do all these things. If you really want to change the name of that club, don't do it before changing. And don't think in your mind that I'm going to change everything. And don't do all the change and then go do this, do reverse. Because as an existing club, you have to make all that to bring it to an active club, meaning it's a played club, it's going to show up on your stat. Then you do your creativity. How? I don't want this name. I just don't like this name. I'm going to change the name. I'm going to change the location. I'm going to change the time. Everything you can do, then go ahead and put it onto your. When I say that go ahead and do it, it's not that one person is doing it. I'm understanding by now you all know that you put it in the club, you discuss, you brainstorm. This is all background is happening. This is just the concept. Then you change it on the Club Central, all this club information. That change will occur automatically on the TI. Although remember, the treasurer who gets that 199N might see that old name still, which is okay. You can always, there is another box you can say that formally this club and this. That cannot be changed. That's because of the tax purposes, especially in California. It is being registered under the chartering name. So don't worry about that. It's completely acceptable when it comes to that stage. Then do all that, get into your other things of running a successful club. So this is kind of a process. I hope you understand how it works, and if you have any questions, you can always ask me. I'm more than happy to tell you or guide you, direct you. And I think the last slide I have, last but one. Let me go here to just give you this. These are the 10 clubs that I think they have potential to venue. And I can already see one. So, and I heard another one too. Just keep them on your radar. Your job as a director is not to do things, but you have to be on top of everything. Which means that you should know what clubs are, what are the strong clubs in your area, what are the weak clubs in your area, how the clubs are operating, which club needs more attention. That means you're going to be following up with those clubs a little bit more closely to understand what's going on. And these clubs, you should be following up. September end, hey guys, are you doing that? We want you to do that. You can only help the division district principal, make them understand they are so important. It is very important. As you said, that we have to recognize them. Your club is very important to us. I will help you.
You can take Heritage College off the list. You already picked up that charter and changed the name of visitors. We're rebuilding.
Because I think I was involved with one of those clubs that are up there on the list about a year and a half ago. Is there a way that some of this information can be, or should this type of information be presented at a TOI? Because there's a lot of, I didn't get to it, but I have some clubs that I'm concerned about. And it'd be nice, and and I think the officers are concerned about that. But, you know, I think this is great information. It really needs to get down to, the officers, not just, here it is.
Yeah, exactly. See, yeah,
If I might respond, Alan, the generic member doesn't need to be inundated with what to do.
Well, I'm not talking about the officer.
Yeah, so in my opinion, we are providing that information here, so all the area and division directors have that. And I think the best place is in the area council and the division council. So that's where you have the presidents, the VPEs, and that's where the clubs themselves will say, I need some help, and all this information can come forward. Because it is a lot of detail, and I think if you don't need it, it's detail that can be
Well,
burdensome.
I guess my point is, and I'm not
That's
going
fine.
to name the name of the club, but having been an officer and made that decision to close the club, would I have known, some of the other options that were really available, that were really not communicated to us, what some of the other options were really, maybe the decision of the vote could have gone, the other way, and
here's the thing I want to tell you. Go ahead.
Well, just in relationship to Alan's situation, did you bring that forward to your area director or to the division governor?
Well, I don't think even,
Before you
I
actually
don't think this information, and it's not the area, I don't think this information at the time was made even aware to the then area director, of all the options
I
that were
just want
involved
to
with
give you
that.
one heads up here. These are something that the reason I am presenting this is that I have gone through this for the last few years. As a division governor, I came as the first division governor of Division J. The fear for me is I can't let that division down. That was my first thing. I'm the first division governor. My God, if I don't get this division distinguished, what a legacy I have made. So this is a fear in me, number one. And then when I'm a delegate, it's the same thing I had. My God, if I don't work, I'm going to go live, put the district down.
Right.
So have that little fear in you. Okay, that's number one. Number two is not only just having the fear, but you need to have an action plan. This is a project. Like when we said that it is a project and it is a challenge. It's a challenge. So in your mind, if you start thinking very hard, I'm going to get that done, I'm going to get that done, it's going to get that done. And find ways. Now, this is where our communication has to go increase. Call the people. Julie.
Jamuna, I see one of my classes up there,
Esther, wait. Has it gone far beyond 8?
No, well, it's not.
That's
To me, it's
amazing.
positive because as of Friday, we had application for a new member.
Well,
to
it's not
join.
processed yet. This was as of Friday.
So well, okay, that's fine. But at least I want you to know that we will be having another one added. Which I'm very
Now, you see the difference here. When you start seeing that here, you are going to feel that, hey, it's register it in your mind, this club, and start following up. Alan, we can discuss that more, okay?
Yeah, I think, when it gets to this level, and I'm glad to see this is being communicated to the area directors at this stage of the year. I just wish, we as an office, when I was an officer of the club involved, I would have, known that there was another option, and I think that it would, and I don't blame it would have been nice if the area director had known that too, but I'm sure he would have, but, it was.
Let's see, I read that book, I wish I read that when I was 20. It's amazing, I keep telling my daughter, you're going to just read it, you don't feel like reading it later on. So we'll discuss about that, it's a learning, at least we know now. So understand that you have the tools and resources and the help and that you don't lose a club, so your focus is more towards the whole entire. The success of the entire division to keep all the paid clubs and try to add a club that would help you to be successful. Now, I have very, okay,
So what do you think, because I don't know process, you should have put at least 3 club officers, and you have president, one of the VPs and secretary, just because I just went through this, would you, my thought is that you should at least put 4, and one of the people can be double, so you would have the president, VP, and secretary, and treasurer, so therefore the 4 equals your DCP as well. Is that, I just want to make sure
that's fine. The most crucial ones are president, one of the VP, secretary. Those 3 officials have to be in all these rebuilding clubs. That's the first thing you will do when you submit the application. Along with that, those 3 existing members, the 3 officers have to be appointed. So we can talk in detail. As Debbie said this morning, I am ready to offer this online. I call that as a continual online educational session. And I love that when I was a division governor, I keep pulling my people, okay, come on, let's do that. The reason is that you have more time to do the interactive sessions wherein the part of presentation becomes more or less, and we have a lot of other interactions coming from the audience with question and answer. We did have one for the new club sponsors and mentors. It was a fabulous one because I did half an hour presentation and 2 people with their expertise coming in how they did it, and there are so many other division directors and those who were there. We had a lot of good discussion to understand that. So it gives you an opportunity. I just want to give that offer that is available. And at this point, I will say this